Good morning to you. And the East Village over the weekend looked like a typical weekend in the East Village during the summertime. And Governor Cuomo says that's exactly the problem. We're still in the midst of a pandemic, and he's now threatening to take some major steps that would once again be a big blow to the restaurant industry.
See people out. That's what we live here. The energy of the city, you know.
It often felt endless. 3 taxing months boxed up in New York City apartments, staying home to stop the spread of COVID-19. Now, as the weather warms up, New York's stiff restrictions are finally loosening, and this is what's happening. Large crowds gathering outside bars in places like the East Village over the weekend, spilling onto Manhattan streets. No social distancing on the West Side either, and the mask wearing was inconsistent at best.
It's been a tense couple weeks, so it's nice to enjoy the weather and kick back a little bit.
You can try to keep New York down. That will never happen.
But Governor Cuomo says that's exactly what will happen if people don't start following the rules. After receiving some 25,000 complaints of gathering outside bars and restaurants, the governor is threatening to shut down places like Manhattan and the Hamptons once again.
If we increase the spread of the virus in Manhattan because of bars and restaurants, well, then everybody in Manhattan is going to suffer. And that's not fair either. Local government, do your job.
He also says he'll revoke liquor licenses from businesses violating health guidelines, and he wants local police to go after people openly drinking on the streets. Mayor Blasio pushing back. A statement from City Hall says in part, "We don't believe imprisoning people or taking away their livelihood is the answer." Well, the governor is also calling out protesters and cops seen out on the streets not wearing these masks and social distancing isn't possible. Meantime, he says inspectors from the state liquor authority have been deployed, inspecting bars and restaurants just like the one behind me, Carrie.
But the governor's still very concerned that you could see a resurgence and a spike in New York if people fail to adhere to social distancing guidelines. There were some videos that emerged over the weekend of people out at bars, primarily in Manhattan and Lower Manhattan, gathering in large crowds, not wearing masks. Governor Cuomo says that he personally called some of those bar and restaurant owners, told them that they are at risk of losing their liquor licenses. He said there was a little bit of shock and disbelief that he actually picked up the phone and called them himself. But as a matter of course, there are 22 states here which reopened perhaps a little bit too quickly and are now seeing that spike in cases. While New York has been reopening gradually, the numbers continue to decline. You're seeing the opposite in those other states. And Governor Cuomo saying that we're now in the strange position of worrying about people coming here from those other states and spreading the infection. Here's what he had to say about that.
They wanted to blockade New York. The other states wanted to make sure no New Yorkers went to their state. Fast forward 106 days. We have the lowest infection rate. And my health officials are saying, we hope people from Florida don't come here.